right. Danny, first of all, 4 clean sheets in a row. What are you putting that down to?
No, obviously the defence has been performing very well, but I think it's throughout the whole team. We've been difficult to play against. We're not conceding many chances against us. And obviously Brownie's backing that all up in goal. So no, it's obviously pleasing. That's where you build from everything. If you can be hard to beat, hard to score against, you've got half a chance.
As a three, the back three units, Smith, Legg and Brisley, what do you make of how they all work together? Because each seems to complement the other. Yeah,
they've been outstanding. They all complement each other. They love defending, first and foremost. They want to head the ball. They want to tackle. They must be horrible to play against. For any of the centre forwards are coming up against, people won't want to play against them. So no, as a three, they've done exceptionally well, and it's something brilliant to build from.
You mentioned Scott Brown in goal a few moments ago too. When you look at the defence and the goalkeeper, how much has this turnaround been about a change in confidence? Because Scott Brown and Nathan Smith particularly look like they're much more confident players again.
Yeah, I think that's what results do. Obviously, on a fantastic run of results, obviously during the weekend, but prior to that, the run of wins we'd had, it breeds confidence, it builds confidence, and it should do. Like I said, Smudge has been playing very well, so has Brownie, and that's just funneling down through the rest of the team, so it's pleasing to see.
When you look at the unbeaten run, 7, you're obviously going to take it one game at a time, but if you could get to the end of the season on this kind of run, is that the kind of thing that can go over a summer?
No, I think it's you don't want to just drift off into the summer and let all the results peter out. You want to finish the season as strong as possible with the view to carry that into the summer, then into next season. I think the lads here have got a lot to prove to the manager. The manager's still looking at players, still making probably his opinion on players. So no, there's still a lot to play for, and there's still a lot for the players to prove, really.
Going back to your playing days, how hard a time is this for a group of players when they're out of contract and they're sitting there thinking, well, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen at the end of next month, could maybe distract them on the pitch? What's it like?
Yeah, obviously it's a difficult time, but as a footballer, you can't really look to that. You've got an opportunity now to show what you can do, give it everything you've got in a short space of time. I mean, that's what the lads are doing, and they're doing very well. They're giving everything in training, they're giving everything in the games, and I think it's showing in the results.
How much potential is there in this squad? It's been one of those weird seasons, hasn't it, where there's been plenty of chopping and changing and things haven't gone to plan. But when you look at the skill and the talent in the dressing room, how much is there?
I've always said I believe there's a lot of belief and there's a lot of quality within this team, and it's just getting it to gel in the right time, the right places on a regular basis. But for me, there's a lot of talent and a lot of potential within the team and within the squad.
And finally, what are you expecting tomorrow? Another away game, Barrow, difficult one to read, that one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be what we've probably been seeing recently. It's going to be a difficult game. They are not a bad run, we are not a bad run, so it's going to be another tough game for us. But I think it's a game, again, we're going into that we believe we can win, and we'll be going to get the 3 points.
Top man. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
Afternoon, Danny. How are you doing?
Hi, yeah, good, thanks, yourself?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Good. Danny, I wanted to ask you about season tickets because the club have put their offer out today, and I just really wanted you to reflect on how difficult has this season been without supporters, and having been here for 3 or 4 years now, how important are they to the club?
Well, I know they're the heartbeat of any football club, and probably more so this football club. Everyone's missed having them. It's not just within the ground during the game, it's driving up to the ground, coming into the car park, that little buzz you get when you come to the game, the atmosphere building, and then not having the fans there as you come out of the tunnel. It's been a very, very strange year, but it's been the same for everyone. So, yeah, as a football club with players, staff, I think everyone can't wait to get fans back into the grounds as quickly and as safely as possible, really.
Must be a strange experience for you. You know, you've been a player and a coach for so many years. What's this season been like, you know, just having to play behind closed doors?
Yeah, like I said, it's been a very difficult, obviously no season really like it before. I think everyone's adapted well to the situation and done as best we can. Obviously, players, staff, people of the club, even the fans have had to deal with it, a difficult time. So, no, like I said, it's been a very strange year, but out of football as well, it's been a strange year for everybody, I think. Whatever life, career, job you've got, it's been a bizarre, probably 12 plus months. So I think myself and everyone included is looking forward just to getting some normality back in life. And I think going to a football game at the weekend is one of the main things that everyone's looking forward to.
Danny, I couldn't possibly, with the news about the European Super League, and I'm asking somebody who's actually played in the Champions League, I couldn't let you get away with it without me not asking you a question about this. Just give me your thoughts, please, on what's happened.
What I've read is something I'm against, really. I don't see the benefit of it for the general world of football, to be honest, especially English football. I think it'd be detrimental to English football. So no, my first thoughts are I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Danny. Just getting back to Vale, the manager mentioned after the game that Dave Fitzpatrick won't be able to play for the rest of the season through injury. Didn't get a chance to just ask him what his injury is. Can you just get us up to speed with Dave?
Yeah, he's had to have an operation, Fitz. So yeah, no, it's really disappointing for him because he's done well in the season. He's finished the season how he has been disappointing, really, because he's done well when he's played. So no one wants to finish the season early, and it's just disappointing for him how it's happened.
You mentioned that there's chances for players. Do you see these final 4 games as being really important, and the fact that the manager has said, he wants to have a look at players now with next season in mind? Yeah,
I think they are. I think the vital thing the manager's shown he's willing to give players a chance. The team will change over the next few games, I'm sure of that. And like I said, every game and every training session gives the players a chance to impress the manager and show him what they can do, really.
One player that I know you worked with a few months ago was Tom Conlon, who really seems to come on this season. Just tell me how impressed you've been with Tom.
Yeah, no, I've been massively impressed. I think he's improved. He seems to improve game on kind of thing. He's coming on as a personal leader, character, and his performance on the pitch is showing that. So, no, I'm delighted for how he's playing. But I do believe, again, there's still more that can come from him, and he can keep improving, which I think he's at a great age. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. And I think that can only be a good thing for him and the football club.
That's great for me. Thanks, Danny.
Danny, obviously, you've just touched briefly on the European Super League in more ways than one, but they said that about the Premier League when it came into being, and it's here 31 years down the road. So if the people that are backing it, they want it, it seems that they are adamant they're going to get it, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the difference with the Super League, I think it sounds like it's a closed league. You can't be promoted, you can't be relegated by all accounts. So I think it's a different beast altogether, really. But yeah, like you said, the game will change, the game will move on. Is this the right answer for me at this moment in time? No. But like you said, if the powers that be at the very top of the game want it to happen, it is something that may come into play.
Moving onwards, to say you're moving into a very good, rich vein of form, 7 games unbeaten at this moment in time, but it won't define Vale's season, will it? Because if we reflect back, I mean, it's feel-good factor. It's brought the feel-good factor not only to the team, the staff, the players, and all like that, but you've got to look at the season as a whole. How do you view that, Danny?
Yeah, I think as a whole, you'd be disappointed. I think it's how we started the season. I think the goal for everyone was to be promoted, be in the playoff region, at least. So yeah, to be where we are fighting for relegation several weeks ago, yeah, you'd obviously be disappointed. But I think, like you said, it's about looking at the positives, looking where we are now, and now looking where we'll be heading towards next season.
That's what you've got to take into the next few games, because you want to finish on a high, Danny, because that does keep the adrenaline flowing. It gives you that push towards the next season, and obviously building up to the start of next season, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, you don't just want the season to peter out. We feel we've still got a lot to play for. The players feel they've got a lot to play for. And yeah, we want to finish the season on a high. We're on a good run of form, and we don't want that to finish.
And the other factor is, I suppose, the 1 or 2 people that think maybe make changes, but you don't want to do that too often, do you? Really, continuity is the big factor, Danny, as we've said before. And going into the last 4 games into the season, you might want to just keep the same team again, mightn't you?
Yeah, I think it's finding that balance. I think we've had quite a set team as such virtually over the last few games, which has helped. But on the flip side of that, the manager will want to see players in games, not just in training. So it's finding that balance of picking the right team for the right game who we will think will get the results.
As part of the management team, you have to look ahead as well to the bigger picture as we get close to the end of this season and prepare for the start of next season. And that's probably ongoing at this moment in time. But I suppose things are in place, aren't they, Danny, for the start of next season?
I'm sure they will be, yeah. I think for myself, not looking at that just yet. I think it's getting this season finish on a high and doing as best we can this stage of the season. But I'm sure there's things going on that in preparation for next season. Yeah, definitely.
Barrow, the opposition, obviously new kids on the block in more ways than one in terms of league football. I suppose it's difficult really to assess them over the season. Still looking for points themselves, but won't be an easy task, will it?
No, it'll be a very difficult game. I think they've performed very well. They've got some good results, especially as of late. They've got a good manager, an experienced manager and coach. So yeah, they know it's going to be like any other game really in this league. It's going to be difficult. They're going to be hard to beat, and we're going to have to do our best to win the game.